So we've been talking about ArtBeat, and one of, if not the biggest event and most well-known event in ArtBeat is the Color Me Rad race. And in our studio with us right now, we have none other than runner Mercy Moorcraft with us. Tell us more about the race itself.
Well, Color Me Rad was a really great event. It started out early on a Saturday morning and got to enjoy the sights and the sounds of people arriving. A lot of them came in fun costumes, which was something I hadn't been expecting.
What kind of costumes?
Well, some girls decided to team up together, and they had these tutus that they made.
Oh, that's cool.
Over their running shorts. So one girl showed up as like Captain America, and so she had.
So you had superheroes.
Oh yeah,
I would have been Superwoman.
I didn't think about it. I wish I had. But it was really neat too. So we had the superheroes, and then a whole family came as their favorite football team, and all the way down to the little baby who is in the stroller that they were pushing.
What about the GoPro? We know that you were on the GoPro and you got some awesome footage. Tell me about the pre-run and what you had to do for that.
Well, I was running the event, in fact, for a class that I'm in here at CSU, and so I borrowed a friend's GoPro and ended up just carrying it because I didn't have a helmet. I didn't really want to wear a helmet. Yeah. So I carried it around, and I decided to pre-run the event so that I could get individual footage of each of the color stations, because at the color station you run through and they have this dyed corn powder that they throw at you, which is the fun color part of Color Me Rad. So I ran ahead to each of the stations, kind of captured the volunteers' enthusiasm and excitement about the race. We danced to some music at one station, and then I got them to just throw a bunch of their color at me.
Okay, now I know, I was saying, it's the biggest event, the ArtBeat Sky. I know a lot of people of different ages do it, and even a lot of people, when I was over there, visiting the event, a lot of people did not look like they were runners. Now, did you do any prep for the run itself?
Well, I run a lot. It's just my preferred exercise. Right. So for me, prepping for a 5K was just going out and running it. Oh, yeah. Nice. So, but I do know a lot of people prepped for it. I talked to some people on the sideline. Several people had come out to cheer their families on or their friends. Some people came just because they saw all the color and the noise and wanted to know what was going on.
Now we know that there is also a bigger purpose behind Color Me Rad. What nonprofit was helping with this?
Think it backed the Children's Miracle Network, I believe is what I had heard most about it, but I didn't get to talk to any of the people that worked at the event themselves because it was so busy, crazy.
Yeah, so what's your favorite moment of the experience?
Probably the best moment was, well, for me, I had a personal time. I was trying to pre-run the race. And while I am a runner, I'm kind of like a turtle running through peanut butter speed of running. So they quickly caught up to me. The first runner was this really fast guy, and there was this policeman leading the event, just to kind of make sure nobody was in the way. And he was on a motorized
or something?
Yeah, a motorized vehicle of some sort. And so I explained my situation. I said, hey, I'm trying to capture the race before the first runner gets there so I can get the footage of the first runner running through. Is there any way that I could get a ride with you? And totally expecting the policeman to be like, no, there's no way. And he's like, hey. Yeah, hop up. I was like, okay, sure. So I ended up getting on there, and I think a couple of the photographers thought I was like the first injured person. So I was like, no, it's not me. I'm okay. But then, I got to turn around and look and follow. What I didn't know is that my camera had stopped working.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I actually didn't end up with any of the actual footage of the first runner.
Gotta love technology sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, at least you got to get on the...
I have a cool story to tell, which is great. And I do have a couple photos from the event. Do you want to see them?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, cool. So here's a photo of me after the event. You can tell that the pink station
awesome.
really got me.
So there were stations for each color. Is that what it was?
There was.
Okay.
What's it like having to run with all that cornstarch? Because you're literally, when
Yeah,
you say
breathing.
color me red, you're covered in the stuff.
Yeah, it was actually a little bit harder than I anticipated. Mostly because when I'm running, I like to listen to music, so I'm kind of, and after a while, I breathe, like my respiratory system, I'm breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth.
Right.
And the cornstarch was all around my mouth, so I was just trying to wipe it away as I was running. But this was actually cool. This is a photo of
that's awesome.
after the event. You can kind of see how much how much of this cornstarch is going everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
imagine,
awesome.
you know, what it's like money-wise for them to get all of that and get the colors all right. You know, they all got to be the same, I guess.
Right.
Get all the products set up and everything.
I don't know, but they were some of the nicest people. I've been to a lot of races before. Again, I love to run.
Right.
So they were some of the nicest people that I'd ever met while at a race before. They were really excited about just bringing joy and happiness to communities and getting to meet all these different types of people. As you said before, there's a definite age range. There were, I mean, the infant with the family, which don't worry, the baby was totally safe. They had like a little plastic over the carriage. I don't think the baby got any cornstarch, but... Then there were grandparents out there doing it with their grandkids. A lot of college kids were there, both volunteering and running the race and on the sideline cheering. So it was a great turnout of all ages.
That sounds great, Mercy. Thanks for coming out, and we hope you'll
Absolutely.
stay for our trivia later
Okay.
on in the show. So we'll have
fun.
to get you in here.
Okay, sounds great.
Thanks. Stay tuned for a recap of ArtBeat 2014.
And when we get back, we're going to have the esteemed Miss Columbus in the studio.
We're in the studio with none other, Miss Haley Henderson from Miss Columbus 2014. Haley, tell us about your title as Miss Columbus.
Absolutely. Well, first, it's an honor to be Miss Columbus. I compete in the Miss America system, which is very important because it's not just a beauty pageant. They focus on scholarship, they focus on service. And what's so great is to be able to represent the city that I was born in. And this is my last shot back at Miss Georgia. This will be my third time, and hopefully I can bring it back home to the city that means so much to me.
Now, you said service. I think a lot of people hear, you know, Miss Georgia, Miss Columbus, hear about these pageants. And all I think about is the tiara and the ribbon. But they don't realize all the service that goes into it. What all have you done? Exactly?
Absolutely. So I always say anybody can put a crown on their head. I could take this off and put it on your head right now, Mark. But the biggest thing is the ability to make a difference. What's so great is each girl in the Miss America system has a platform that they represent. Okay. And I have a personal platform. Mine's the March of Dimes. I've been working with them really since I was 7 years old when my niece was born premature. She was 1 pound and 1 ounce. But I have seen firsthand that when you give back to a cause that you believe in, you can actually tell other people how passionate you are and raise awareness and funds. Now, the national platform for the Miss America system is the Children's Miracle Network. And so this is something I decided to do. Since this is my last shot at Miss Georgia, and I get to end my pageant career as Miss Columbus, I came up with a Miss Columbus Challenge. And this is raising awareness for the Children's Miracle Network. So I made a personal goal that by June, I can raise $10,000.
Wow,
now, going back to that, there's no registration fee for the girls that go to Miss Georgia. They do have to raise $250 for the Children's Miracle Network. But how cool would it be to set the bar higher to let girls know they don't have to stop at $250, they can keep on going. So I'm excited about, we have some special projects coming up.
And if someone wants to donate, then what would they have to do?
The best way they can donate is go to missamerica4kids.org/donate/Haley Henderson.
Okay.
And you can see my goal is set on there, and I would love for everybody to support that goal because I am representing the city, and how great to know that in Columbus we are a Children's Miracle Network hospital. So partially of all those funds will stay here to help these children who are battling diseases and who need the extra help.
Now, you know, for a lot of your time, and you got to be Miss Columbus, but every once in a while you just got to be Haley Henderson.
Absolutely.
So what do you do with your spare time?
Well, in my spare time, I love hanging out with friends. I love listening to music. And in Columbus, there's so many opportunities right here on Broadway to listen to live entertainment.
Undoubtedly.
And to really just spend time with friends and show them that you can have fun. I love watching movies. I'm excited about a lot of great movies that are coming out soon, but I think that's what I do in my spare time.
So what's your favorite movie?
Oh, goodness, that's a hard one, Jasmine. I think I love action movies, which a lot of girls are always saying the love stories, but I love Iron Man and the Avengers. So
I love Iron Man.
It's a great movie.
Well, Haley, thank you so much for coming out, and we'll hope you stay for our Columbus trivia game.
Now, before I leave, can I tell you about one event coming up?
Yes.
I have what's called the Chicken Cow Run, and it's coming up on May 3rd. Now, this is a fun run where people can either dress up like a chicken or a cow, because we want to get creative, right? And the people who sign up, all the money goes to Children's Miracle Network. And people can find out more information by going to HaleyHenderson.org. I have a link there. Or you can register on estartline.com. But this is going to be a fun run. It's going to be here at Columbus State University on main campus.
Okay.
And it's going to start at 5 o'clock p.m. on May 3rd, Saturday.
Okay.
That's awesome. So does this money go towards the $10,000?
It does.
Awesome.
It does.
Okay.
So this is a way for the community to come together, have fun. There will be some Chick-fil-A there, of course, as well as those crazy cows. But more importantly, the community just having fun to know that they are there for one common purpose, and that is to raise awareness, to let people know that we are a city that loves giving back. So let's give back to Children's Miracle Network.
Well, hey, any excuse to dress up as a cow sounds good.
And
I want to see you as a cow.
Now, I know that, one more question, because I know that you're involved with Chick-fil-A. Tell us, what is your position there?
Absolutely. So I'm the marketing director for Chick-fil-A Macon Road. So the cool thing about my job, yes, I'm a cow handler. I get to walk around the cow, but I get to create emotional connections for the store and create fun events that families get involved in to show them that it's not all about just selling chicken, it's about making a difference.
Yeah. Well, Haley, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We're so excited for you to come to the trivia game.
I'm excited. I'm
So
ready.
Get your Columbus trivia on.
I'll start working on it now.
All right. All right, we'll be back with a trivia game with Haley Henderson and Mercy Moorcraft.